Christian and Gina, congratulations on the new season.
Thank
Thank you. Hi, Eric. Good to see you.
I'm gonna we are you interview and we do a lot of fan questions on the website. And since you have so many devoted fans, we've gotten tons of questions for you guys. So I'm just gonna turn it over to the fans and let her rip.
you.
Okay, Gina, the first one is for you. The outfits in the trailer and the promo look very interesting. What is your favorite or least favorite outfit for the upcoming season?
I did prepare this because I thought about it. I felt pretty sure that one of the fans is going to ask about the costumes for Sophie. And I do have a favorite outfit of this season. There's one episode, I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's one episode where Sophie may or may not get kidnapped. Um
No, I think we saw that in the
Yeah.
promo. So yeah,
And she's wearing a pristine white organza top and a leather skirt and stilettos, and it stays pristine. She gets taken to this like sunken boiler room where it's filthy and dirty, and it stays pristine all the way through the episode. And I felt really great in that outfit. I think the fans are going to love that. That even under the pressure of being kidnapped, there's not a hair out of place or a crease in her
it
blouse.
could be that, or the fact that she's in a dark dungeon and she was in white, so she stands out in front of everybody else and takes the scene. I'm just saying. And the worst, I mean, I hate to. He
The
asked.
worst. Well, I did have to be the hippie wellness
That's
person,
right.
right?
I still,
It
I
was kind
still,
of cool, but it was not my vibe
yeah.
at all. There's a hippie wellness episode where I play a sort of woman who leads a kind of chant group, and I was wearing all this kind of like granola clothing, which
Yes, true.
is not Sophie's comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, Christian, the next one's for you. With so many throws, grapples, and interruptions, Elliot's fighting style is very distinctive. What inspired it? Has it been tricky to maintain a consistent style over so many seasons?
That's a great question. I was a wrestler in high school and out of Oklahoma, and it's just you can't really film that kind of stuff. So what I did was I wanted to do that. They said no, we're going to come in with some Kali, and I know a little bit about it, but I'm not a master in it or whatever. But it's the art of striking and hitting at the same time. And so he did a lot of that. A really good friend of ours, Charlie Brewer, who was a stunt coordinator on the first series, kind of showed that. And then I brought in Lex Damus, who is our stunt coordinator now. Very dear friend of mine, one of my best friends. And he kind of knows what I do and what I don't do. And so we just keep it new. We try to, it's not a fight anymore. It's not a style. And this is going to upset a lot of people. It's more of a dance. I mean, we're just dancing. If we do this dance and everybody doesn't go to the hospital, which sometimes we do and they do, we win. It's a dance. And so we tried to come up with as many scenarios as we could to keep it new, to keep it fresh. We're on Broadway every day.
Do you have a favorite fight of the season this year?
Good question.
I, I do. I like the episode that Beth directed
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the Harley guys
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it was a oneer. It was one shot, and it's eight guys. And is that too much? Am I
No,
saying too
no, no,
much?
no, no.
And
Good.
it was one shot, and I couldn't mess it up. And every time we got done, all of us were so tired. It was ridiculous, and it was fun. And that was just, to me, that was just hammering. And so my favorite fighting style, just hammering people.
Okay.
He's
The
so
next one.
nice. Honestly, though, when you're on set and he's like, "Are you okay?" and he's always helping the guy up, and he's always dusting them off, and he's always like very like caring and considerate. Like, I would hate to be on a set where someone gets punched and the guy just walks away. That is not.
Steven Seagal. But the fact of the matter is that I don't do that, and it's
No.
and it's really fun because, like I said, it's a dance, and if you do the dance right, everybody gets to go home. The style of fighting is street fighting. I grew up in a really bad place, and so that's what I do.
Okay. Do you know what's inside your envelope hidden in John's desk?
What?
John has the envelope. All,
John.
all our deaths.
Oh, I didn't know about
Oh,
this.
he's told you many a time. Don't act like you don't know about it. He goes, I got your deaths right here in an envelope.
I live forever. Sophie lives forever.
Yeah. Well, not according to John.
We do an episode talking of living forever. We do have an episode this season where it's the first time where we actually go into the future.
Mhm.
That was a lot of fun. We create a universe that is in the future.
I think that the thing is that she would probably die by fashion, and I would probably die with like too many guys to fight.
I'd be
I think
stabbed with a stiletto.
I think the envelope changes every year. I think the first one was Elliot gets stabbed in the back. You know what I mean? Or Elliot gets stabbed in the front. Who knows? And Gina just falls off a building.
What
Who
about if
knows?
you just
But I
choked?
think John has respected us so much after all these years that he would give us like Elliot fights 100 people and Gina choked to death by one of her scarves.
These are very good questions. Okay. Hardison and Brianna's Nana has been mentioned so many times. Will she ever be in an episode?
I would love it.
Ooh.
I would love it. And we talked about it this year. And
We
there's
did talk about it.
there's still two camps. There's the camp that it's too beloved and mythical,
The Oracle.
the Oracle, and then there's the camp where, I would love it. I think we should meet Nana.
It was talked about though for a little bit, but
Yeah.
no, we don't know anything. We're still under the covers like everybody else.
Okay, this one's for Christian. It's been a while now since the shift from the librarians to leverage redemption. Have you noticed that your co-stars have any different mannerisms or different preparation for the camera roles, depending on which character they're playing?
That's pertaining to Noah Wiley. I'm right. Is that
No,
what?
it says for you actually, maybe. So
Oh,
no.
my character.
Yeah.
It says, what have you noticed how I don't understand the question,
I
like
don't understand it.
how your co-stars prepare.
Yeah, if you notice any difference in the changing the mannerisms of how people are prepared for their.
How does Noah go? Is that
Well, I'll tell you, it was a very strange. Oh, how do I do this quick? It was a very strange. Noah was my boss on the librarians. He was the librarian. You know what I mean? He brought me up as a trainee, all this other kind of stuff. And then Noah made the unbelievable transition of becoming the lesser guy on leverage, like, coming in from the bottom and
newbie,
going
yeah.
the newbie coming up and stuff like that. And it was really strange because if Noah said, go mop the deck, I would do it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, don't do that. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And it was it. But I tell you, there's never been anything more flawlessly done in my life than doing that. And I really honestly think that's because of Noah Wiley. I learned a lot from him as an actor. And for him to make that transition, I learned even more from him. He's just, it's really great to work with him, man. It's an honor. And yeah.
So final question for both of you. Favorite moment in front of the camera and favorite moment behind the camera this season?
This season,
I've got a favorite moment.
go.
There's an episode where that takes place in a pool hall, and Sophie talks about not being able to play pool at all the way through the episode, and then she has a moment alone. Is this a spoiler? You
No,
might have to cut it out.
maybe.
This is where she has a moment alone, and anyway, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Go ahead.
And she decides there's the pool table there, and they've been making fun of her about how she can't play pool, and she's been playing along with it. And then there's a moment where she takes the cue and she pots the ball.
She puts the ball.
She pots the ball, and I did it 9 takes out of 9. I got it.
That's true.
Like,
That's
it's
absolutely true. That is.
I got it in the pocket 9 times out of 9. I was so happy. So
Oh, that's
Gina
impressive.
can't play pool, but Sophie can.
That's true.
Christian?
It was it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. Noah brought up something about doing a handshake. It was earlier in the episode. And then we do it later on. We both came up with it to where we should just get it wrong and do all that kind of stuff. And I was in character at the time, but when the camera cut, I was on the ground just laughing about how that was. That was one of my favorite things that we shot this year. Behind the scenes, I have to say, it's just working with you.
Aww.
It was just working with you. She's always been my rock. She's always been there and stuff like that. And it's just it was so much fun for everybody to be back. We're different places in our lives and stuff like that. And to see her and just I don't know, I love her.
Well, that's a sweet note to end on. Christian and Gina, thanks so much for playing along in the for you interview and for your fans. We really appreciate it, and we hope everyone gets a chance to see the new season.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.